All right, guys, we are live on Facebook. So this is very important that you race your best race of your life and don't fail. 3. Lap counters. You're good. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, move. I love it. Misses the gate. Oh, I had a collision. 2, 1, move. First, got Will way out front. Got people crashing. Oh, is that Timmy right there? Timmy and Will. Oh, Timmy crashes. Look at Will and Timmy going at it. Dale's way behind. Timmy goes down. Oh, Timmy. Timmy slides through under it. So smooth. He thought he was a slot car. Dang. Look at Will. Will's got a nice 175 tiny loop lead. Nice and smooth. He's like, I belong on the podium. Look at Will. Oh, Will makes it to the bridge. I thought he was going to climb. Oh, he missed the gate. There he goes.
Can't find
Timmy. Timmy comes to the lead. What a race. It's a battle. Timmy's all over Will. There's going to be a lot of prop wash between those two. Uh-oh. He built a whole track around his house. He had a tiny little Ninja Warrior Olympics going on in his house. We got 30 seconds on the clock. Will's coming around lap everybody. Dale just caught. Oh. Look at Will. Oh, Will catching the bottom of his motor, saves it. 20 seconds on the clock. 6 seconds on the clock. Oh. Yay.
Made it.
3, 2, 1. Woo. Yay. Look at Dale. Dale said my rates were wrong. That's why I didn't win. Crash out first. Oh, there goes Dale. Oh, Timmy goes. Timmy's under the bridge. Will's under the bridge. Oh, Timmy misses the gate. Will takes over the lead. No, he makes it through the gate. I apologize, Timmy. You're doing right. Oh, misses that first one, though.
Will won.
Will's got a nice comfortable lead. He's got 225 tiny loop leads. There you go. You're good. Purple guy, you're good. Right there. Bowling race is going to be pumping. Afro and Vantage. We got a nice battle between people. There it is. Will is out there just flying. He is a drone. That's what they do. They do fly. Way to go, Will. Dale's got 3 laps. That's more than he's done all night. 30 seconds on the clock. Maybe they'll each get. Oh, Dale goes down again.
There you go.
His brake must be off again. Oh, someone goes under. Yeah. All right, you got it. Oh, look at this. Got TK and Buffin battling it out. TK fixed his rates. Buffin's right behind him. What a battle. Prop to prop. Here's a nice 8 tiny little length in between. Oh, TK goes down. Buffin takes over the lead. TK's through the green grass springs.
Buffin won.
Buffin takes over the lead.
Guys, I'm very second.
That's TK's first lap?
Oh, yeah.
Buffin 2.
Oh. 53 seconds.
Buffin 3.
Buffin's got a nice comfortable lead out front.
Buffin 4. Laps, guys.
Count your laps out, guys.
5.
9 seconds. Buffin's got a big old lead. He's not up to lapping.
Here we are at Fast Track Hobbies with Dale, and we're going to get his view. We got a new track out today and some different things going on. So what's your opinion?
The new track layout is going to be a bigger challenge than the last track layout, and I think it's going to really show the skill of the pilot flying. We got a lot of new guys out there today. They're going to do awards at the end of the night for the last race series, and I hope that everybody can get together with their machines and have a blast.
How many races in a series?
each series there's like 4 races, and within that race, within each race in that series, there's 2 races per like 3 or 4 heats.
I gotcha.
So it adds up to like some 32 plus races per season.
Okay. And then the season is how long?
I believe about 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks.
And so what do you got? What kind of equipment are we using these days?
So started out with the FPV Inductrix ready to fly, and I kept to it for the most part. Started out with this controller, and I just wasn't getting a little bit that I wanted out of it. It was winning races, but I just didn't feel right. So I eventually said screw it and went and got a DX6E.
Moving up in the world.
Yes, I needed to have more aggression when I'm flying, yet subtle like a bumblebee. And this radio is doing me just the justice I need. I have more than one airplane and helicopter now that still flies, and I need a bigger transmitter.
I'm curious, what's the difference between the 6E and the 6?
So the 6 is set up more for programming, like say you want to do some fancy mixes, like hey, I want to do spoiler-ons, flapper-ons, some real hard, high-end mixing ratios. As where this is more ready for like plug and play. I have to do very little programming, if at all, and it has a lot of different cool features. On the back, it's got this center neutral stick, so if you want to fly like a chroma or anything like that, you can center the stick. Or if you really want to set it up like the European style or how they do in Japan, you can set it up by flipping this switch all over this way. It'll make this the throttle stick, and everything's over here.
I gotcha. Okay, so what are you flying?
So I'm flying this bird right here. Let me get it out. This is my FPV Inductrix that I've added some upgrades and customized a little bit. I'm still running everything bone stock. The only thing I've done different was I got a different camera mount so I can mount the camera a little better. And I got a carbon frame stiffener. And other than that, everything else is still stock. And I just recently got another one. That's going to be my practice drone.
Spotters, guys.
So this is going to be my practice drone and my race drone.
Got that. So what are you using for? Do you use goggles or?
Yes. So I use the Spectrum, the little Spectrum monitor that comes with it. And what I did was I took and got the headset to mount it up so I could get that more in-depth feel. And one of the things I did, because this battery, this little door right here would pop off and the screen would fall out, I took and put a screw in right here and drilled out through all the way and put a metal rod so it's more solid. It ain't gonna go anywhere unless I unscrew it.
I gotcha. So now does that have diversity?
No, it's just a plain Jane simple monitor for first person view. And I figure why not get the headset, keep it cheap and simple.
Gotcha. And how much does that unit cost?
So if you get just the headset itself without the monitor, it's like 60 bucks. If you get it with the monitor, it's 120, and it's 10 times better than the teleporter V4s. I used to have a pair. I hated it. I got rid of it, and I kicked myself in the butt for getting rid of FPV in general. So I had to get back into it. And I'm never going back to the teleporters.
What about something like the Fat Shark V3s? I think they are.
The Dominators?
The Dominators.
I've yet to try those, but I hear if you buy that, you got to buy the module for that separately.
I gotcha.
And I kind of wanted something you just plug and play.
I see. Yeah, that's you got to buy the diversity module that goes in there.
Yeah.
I'm curious if that will work without it.
That I wouldn't know. Probably not. I see a lot of people flying with all sorts of different things. I'm seeing a lot of Yixing headsets, a lot of Hobby Wing and or Hobby King headsets and stuff like that. One of the other guys that flies tonight, I bought his headset from him so I could use it in mine because mine's a little messed up. So now I have one for me to see and one if somebody else wants to. If they want to fly or they want to watch everybody else race, I have another headset adapter here. Well, a mount. I took the stock mount from my camera, from the controller, and modified it. So you put the headset there, and you can set it up on a table and let the other person, whoever wants to spectate, watch from the headset.
That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. All right, and I noticed you got some boxes? Like how much of this stuff is yours?
All this right here and what's laying on the top of this poor guy's slot car box is mine.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
all right.
got tired of carrying in, 5 or 6 boxes just for a race. So I figure, why don't I just get a big one that carries it all and
There you
take
go.
care of that issue.
Now the $1 million question. Are you having fun?
I am.
All right. That's all that matters.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I appreciate the interview. Here we are at Fast Track Hobbies with another racer. And so this is TK. And why don't you tell me what you think about the new course and what kind of equipment you're using?
Well, for starters, the new course is definitely tough. There's a gap that's only 4 inches tall and like 24 inches long. So you kind of have to bring a new dynamic of throttling and sliding through and then throttling back up. You can't really maintain altitude because it just gets too much prop wash. But it's a sweet course, it's fast, it's very technical, a lot of straightaway to stops, which can oscillate you have to account for that. And so with that, I brought semi-fast motors with 4-bladed props because I figured that if you had 3-bladed prop, it might be too zippy for how much technical stuff you need to do. You need to maintain elevation instead of be fast and quick. And so yeah.
All right, what kind of equipment are you?
I'm using the DX6 Spectrum, which is perfect for bind and fly. Anything you need, it's pretty much bought at a hobby store, can be bound to these.
So we just saw a DX6E. Is that an upgraded version to the E?
This is the upgraded version to the E. The E actually doesn't do voice commands, and this is voice commands, and there's a few other in-depth things that I'm not too sure about, but I know that this compared to the DXE is a night and day difference. More control, more things you can do technical-wise, but it's a good basic beginner open controller if you want to get into anything. Simple, easy.
And then the mini whoop you're using?
Mini whoop I'm using the B-Brain from Newbie Drone. I've got the micro motor warehouse motors in it and just the stock props, but I usually use the 3-bladed Ark and Heli props. And it works pretty good. I like the B-Brain. It really is smooth. It's butter. Instead of being all over the place, it's right where you want it.
And what are you using for goggles?
I'm using my goggles I got for Christmas. Good old Eachine 800s. They're not too bad. They're like $60, and they work if you just want to try it out.
Do they? Does that have diversity?
It does not have diversity. Just good old-fashioned single, 1-in-1. But it works pretty good. Very good clarity, good range. It's just not up to par with the Fat Sharks.
And how many times have you flown here?
This is my second time, I think. Third time. Actually, it's my third time. First time I did really good. Second time I did really bad. This time I'm not really sure what's going on. Changing too many things.
So the most important question, are you having fun?
Oh, I'm having a great time.
Right on. That's all that matters.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate the interview.
Thank you.